that you could maybe move over? Hey? Ah, you better run, pal. You better run. That's the Glenfinnan Viaduct. Made famous by Harry McBockhead. Not sure about this. Oh. This wood doesn't feel very strong. Oh shit. No one said it would rain on the CapeWrathTrail. A lot of people want to go and see the Eiffel Tower and Taj Mahal and all that stuff. I wanted to come here. So wait till you see this. It's just stunning. So day 3 of the where am I again? CapeWrathTrail. Over there. Hey girls, how you doing? Bunch of deer. These guys kept me up all night with their wine and their chat.
Wine, women and song. Sorry, not women.
I think there's a cafe there, or tea room, so I'll be getting some cake for a start. I get there and they're a bunch of twats. Hey, turned me away at lunchtime. Closed for the season. Not happy. I think Shield Bridge is asking a bit much. So this is looking a bit dodgy today. So this is the high point of the CapeWrathTrail. Sorry about the view, or lack of. Approaching Shield Bridge now. I think it's about 3 kilometres away. Still don't know where I'm staying tonight. Day 5 started in Shield Bridge, where I eventually made it the night before, following an epic hike all that day, which hadn't been planned. So the first 5 kilometres of this day were fairly flat and on road and track, but then eventually up through a forest and up, climbing gradually all the way up to the Falls of Glomach, which was the highlight of the day, possibly even the entire trip. It was a steep descent into the next glen, and then back onto another track, which seemed to go on forever, and up over another hill. This part of the trail was incredibly wet. It involved many river crossings, and even the track turned into a river at one point. Okay, day 5 of the CapeWrathTrail. Yesterday was a nightmare. It was never planned on a hike that long, but I was 10k behind at the start of the day, and I basically caught up. And it was chucking it down all night. Yeah, I'm actually 4k short. I plan to stop actually in Morvick rather than Shield Bridge. So not quite up to plan, but near enough. So today all the rivers are definitely in spate, so it was a great decision to batter through yesterday, because I might not have made it over that river halfway through the day, well, 2/3 of the way through the day. That would have been in spate and it probably would have been impassable. I see the river Shield is really high and fast. So yeah, start of a new day. Let's put yesterday behind me, and today is going to be a pretty big day actually. Not as big as yesterday, I hope. But the plan involves over 1,000 metres of ascent. The good thing about today though is it's all on either track or path. None of this pathless. Oh, that was just a nightmare yesterday. Anyway, yeah, it's all in path and track today, so it's not going to be easy, but at least I won't be bogged down, literally. Right, better march on. Oh, I've been let down again. Went to the, I think it's called the Hot Bun place or something. It was supposed to be selling bacon rolls and maybe other hot food. Got there and all they would sell was sandwiches. So I tried to get into the Kintail Lodge hotel last night because I fancied getting a steak, but they were fully booked. So I've just got this real need for some real cooked dinner, and people keep letting me down. Last night was pouring down, so all my kit's kind of wet now. I did manage to hang up socks and my trousers, and the guy who ran the campsite showed me where his boiler is. So he put a wee bowl up for me and I hung up on my socks at least, and my trousers because they were soaked. I was wading through rivers yesterday. So my clothes are quite dry, but the tent was absolutely soaking obviously on the outside, but it was starting to get in. And yeah, so I'd really like to drive with the night, but I'm now starting basically 3 days of hiking through the wilderness, so I'm going to lose phone reception again at some point today. I won't come back for well, those 3 days will hopefully take me to Kinloch U. I'll have phone reception there, and there's a campsite there which I haven't booked. I don't know if I should book it or not. Just don't know. Anyway, so today is actually the Falls of Glomach day, so should be quite a spectacular part of the day. That's part where a lot of people give up there. Well, a few people give up there because of the sheer drops on the side of the path you're going down. So it should be quite exciting. I think the weather forecast is to be dry for these 2 days at least. So I'm not hanging about. I'm going to make use of these 2 dry days, obviously. And I think if I can get into the Kinloch U campsite, I think it's got laundry facilities, so I might stick all my clothes in the wash, get them tumble dried and almost start afresh, which would be really good. But that's 3 days away. I'm talking like I'm almost there. Right, so today is what I need to focus on, and I'm not even at Morvick yet, so I see there's a lot of rain clouds up high, so it might not be such a dry day after all. So I'm just going between Shielbridge and Morvick just now, all tarmac, so good for the feet. These little beauties are, I think they're guinea fowl, and they eat midges. Best friends, guys. Keep doing your work. Eat those midges. Just about to start the track, the Munro's track that goes up the 2 Munros near Shielbridge, Morvick. There's a sign there. So yeah, starting to get out into the wilderness again. Out of these farms. Here we go. So this post up here marks the split in the path. If you want to go to the Falls of Glomach, because you're doing the CapeWrathTrail, for example, you go off to the left. if you keep going straight on, that's the route up to the 2 Munros. So I don't want to accidentally do 2 Munros today, and this is now a path I've never been on. I'll be going up that glen, and you can just make it a glen going to the right. I think we'll go up that way. But yeah, these 2 Munros are actually quite an effort to do the 2 of them. I think it's close to 6,000 feet if you do both. So yeah, big day out to do those 2. I'm at 200 metres now. I think the high point here is about 500 metres. The weather's not being kind to me. It was pouring there for quite a while. See the cloud and the glens down there. I'm just soaked through, absolutely soaked to the skin, and it's meant to be a dry day today. Okay, I'd hate to see it when it's wet. So the rain stopped, the views have opened up. So you can see the path winding its way up there. I think that's it. Goes up round there. I think it goes up in that kind of notch between the hills. So unfortunately I don't need to climb to the top of these. I don't think I do anyway. I'll cut through that little gap at the top of this glen. So it'll take a while to get there, but the Falls of Glomach will be way over the other side of that. So I'm at 400 metres now, so getting close to the pass. If I just spin around actually. We'll be going up round that corner. Hopefully it's not too far. But getting a nice dry breeze now. Bit of blue sky here and there. If I turn around, I just noticed you can see the 2 Munros I passed between yesterday near the end of the day, where I went over the highest point of the CapeWrathTrail, and I was having a bit of a nightmare. Way off in the distance there you see kind of 2 lumps in the clouds. That's them. So I passed through between those 2 at the end of yesterday. So that's quite a distance just from what time was I up there? Probably about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. I was at the top of those, or top of that pass. Yeah, so you do put in a hell of a lot of distance in this CapeWrathTrail. Every day is a tough one. So I've done 11k so far today. I've got 16k to go, and it's about 12:30. And as I say, the ETA on my watch is about 6 o'clock, but that should come down once I pick up the pace over the other side of this and get onto a track. So it's going pretty good today. Hopefully I'll dry off a bit in this wind. Just great views all around as well. It's important to stop and appreciate it now and again. It is a hard slog, but I think it's worth it. I'm at the top now. There seems to be quite a trek over the top before I descend to the falls. So actually just thinking about this being my time off, I've taken 2 weeks holiday. Just thinking about what other people do in their holidays. Maybe sit by a pool in Spain, having a drink of beer, cocktail. forward to soaking in a jacuzzi or hot tub at night, followed by some nice steak. Steak would be good. Oh, what I'd do for a steak. Oh, I just want a steak. Oh, that'd be lovely. I'm dreaming of steak. Don't know why. I'm not that fascinated or obsessed by steak normally. Oh, the last 2 or 3 days I've just keep seeing steak. Anyway, I'm just about nearing the bit where I've started to descend, so the next video should be the Falls of Glomach. That's the top of the Falls of Glomach. That's the gorge I need to walk down now. Pretty loud. I don't know if it's the highest waterfall in the UK. It's certainly one of the highest. I think there's some debate over whether it has to be a single drop of water, or I think this one cascades a bit. I'll leave that one to the waterfall nerds. Oh, there's a couple of hikers there. So, need to find the right path down there. My goodness, I'm getting sprayed on even here. There was a bit of a rainbow there a minute ago. That is one hell of a drop. A hell of a lot of water. The spray's coming up over there. It's going to feel like it's raining. Bloody big backpack gets in the way. This is a bit awkward. So I think I need to put the walking poles away here. I think I need to down scramble and switch the video off. The size of this bad boy. Huge. Wow. That was a nice wee bridge. Or was it 2 bridges? So here I'm coming up to a junction in the CapeWrathTrail where there's an alternate. You can either go left here, down that glen, or you can go right up this glen. I think if you go left you're going through at least a hamlet, maybe a town. I think there's a shop, but I just don't think I've had enough bog. I've not seen enough scenery yet. and my feet aren't quite blistered and wet enough, so I think I'll go right. I think I'll go into the wilderness. Hi guys, did I not see you day one? How did you get here so quick? How did you get here so quick? Did you overtake me? Was it when I was drinking all that wine with the guys from Cumbria? Aye, sneaky heifers. Sneaky heifers. Ah, here's some more. Here's all your pals as well. How did you lot overtake me? Hey? Don't look all innocent. I know you're doing the CapeWrathTrail as well. Look guys, any nonsense and I'm going to punch you in the face. Alright? Just you stay sitting down, thank you. Gives a smile. I don't know how I'm going to get across there. Yeah, gonna have to find a way though. So I had to wade through that river up to my knees in pretty fast flowing water. But once you're doing that, you're not really bothered about the water, you're more interested in stopping it sweeping you away. So that was a bit interesting. Almost 400 metres, I think I must be nearing the top of this, and then I'll descend to the bothy. Don't know if I can stay in the bothy tonight. Might depend how many people are in there, but it's so wet. I'm actually considering that. Not that I've ever stayed in a bothy, so we'll see when we get there. It's about 5.5 kilometres away. Right, I'm afraid my batteries on my camera ran out when I was doing that first river crossing. It was way up there, about 7 kilometres up there, and I did about half a dozen deep river crossings. That was the last one just before arriving at bothy. So this is home for the night. I'm the only one here just now. Can't guarantee someone won't turn up though. So let me give you a wee tour. I'll just shut it. So this is my room for the night. I've just got my dinner on the go. It's just cooking. Got all my clothes hung up. So yeah, this is it. Hopefully it'll be cosy. Now a wee tour of the rest of the bothy. Not very hospitable, this room. And then round here there's a tiny little room. You could get maybe a couple of people in there. There's an upstairs, I'll maybe just try and kind of throw the camera up here. It's actually quite nice. Could get, 2 or 3 people up there as well. So, seems pretty good, so I'll see how it goes. But yeah, this will be my first night in a bothy. Day 6 started at bothy, where I've ended a very wet day the day before, so all my kit was pretty wet after all the river crossings. This day was to start in the same vein, where I immediately had to cross the river and then up through a little bog with no path and onto Loch Calavie. So alongside the loch was pretty wet as well, but eventually I made it to a track which was pretty good going for a few kilometres, and then up and over another pass, down over a wire bridge and into the next main glen, which is the very small village of Craig and Achnarshellick. This is where I came a wee bit unstuck, where I couldn't find a campsite, and eventually had to camp by a river in very long grass, which was a bit of a disaster. Right, CapeWrathTrail, start of day 6. Just got up all my stuff organised. This is where I slept last night. It's dry at least, but it wasn't dry enough to do anything to my damp clothes. They hung up, but they're all still wet. I've got a river crossing to start with, and it's just started pouring down. So, hopefully get some of that nice weather over there, but that's where I'm heading to start with. So, it's going to be another wet day by the looks of it. I'm hoping to get to somewhere around about Craig or Lair. That'll be a night in the tent there. So about 23k and about 600 metres climb over the Bealach, oh I can't remember what it's called. I'll put that in the video. But I'll join a maroon path. I'll go over a wire bridge that I've been over before with Lisa, so that'll be fun. Hopefully not need to wade through that river, but there's a sizable river I need to wade across within 5 minutes of leaving this bothy. So I'm going to get soaked straight away. I only hope my blisters on my feet don't get any worse. Okay, so it's not as bad as all the rivers I crossed yesterday, but it is first thing in the morning, so yeah, well, here goes. I'm gonna get wet. Oh crap. Oh god. Soaked at the start of the day. So that's me 2.5 kilometres through bog and over that river from the Bothy. So this is a glen I've never been to. It's pretty desolate. Ugh. The Bothy's round the corner there, down at the river, obviously, in the loch that was round there. So I've just made it to this track, and having to descend a bit, and I can just see a little bit of, I think that's Loch Calavey. I'll be going that way. So the weather's not too bad so far. Bit of blue sky up there, amazingly. If only it would get a bit drier. I've got my waterproof trousers hanging off the back of my bag to try and dry them out. Should actually dry pretty quick. I've got them on a couple of carabiners at the top of my rucksack, so nice spot to have my breakfast here on the on the shore. So the shore of the bank, Loch Calavey. Just had my breakfast, and I've been hanging my waterproof trousers off the back of my rucksack to dry in the sun while it's out. Now I've hung these socks out. It's like I'm doing laundry on the move here. Multitasking. Just looking back across Loch Calavey again. Just come across this. 2 Munros up here. This is Ben Cheesecake and Lurgmore. there. Don't remember this sign being here last time. Still to do them a second time. But we're making it easy for people now. Shocking. Next we'll be putting bridges over these rivers. It's been a while since I talked a video. I've climbed up to just over 400 metres now. I'm going up round this mountain. I think it's Ben Tarskin. This path's been really good if you like wet feet. But to be fair, it is keeping me at the bog down there. And at over 400 metres, I know the pass is just under 600, so I've got less than 200 metres climb. So the longer this path lasts, the better. The weather's been good as well. I've dried all my waterproof bottoms and jacket, and a couple of pair of socks. So it's been quite good so far today. Sore feet already, but I've done 12.5 kilometres. I think I'll have about 10 left. Just hope it doesn't rain. It looks quite dark. It keeps getting a wee bit dark, but it's not rained yet. Not since this started off. Yeah, this is where I am just now. I'm just going to have a drink. This is the first drinkable burn I've come across for a while. It's not been raining, eh? Look at that nice rainbow. I'm never going to say the weather's nice, ever, for the remainder of this trip. So that's me at the top, high point for day 6. I think it's a Kinloch Bernays or something it's called. And I'm just about to hopefully find the Monroe path. So that's the Monroe up there. It's one of my favourite Monroes, partly because the summit cairn's a bit like a pedestal, and I put Lisa on the pedestal. I put Lisa on a pedestal and took a photo on it, and it's one of my most favourite photos ever. Just up there. So I'm going to go way down here now, turn to the left, down a really good track, over a wire bridge over the river, and try and find somewhere to set up camp down the bottom of this glen. Well, not this glen, the main glen, which is way around the corner. The other thing is, there's no flies. It's a big change from Knoydart and Glen Shiel. Yesterday I noticed there was hardly any flies. There was the odd one or two. But today there's not been a single fly all day. It's been lovely. There must be a difference in the terrain and how that affects flies. The mountains are now a bit more spaced out. I wonder if that just makes it a bit more windy, a bit more exposed, and the flies don't like it. But there's also a lot less thick vegetation. There's very long grass, but there's no ferns anywhere. It's funny how the landscape's changing so much just over the last couple of days of walking. It's a bit more easy going. My feet won't agree with that, but with no flies, that makes a big difference. So onwards and downwards. So off to this wire bridge we go. Put my trekking poles away. So I've got both hands for the rope. Oh, it's awfully bendy. Sure, it should be a bit tighter than this. Yesterday I would have had to wade a river like this. Oh Jesus. Oh God. Anyone else wants tips for how to do things like that, like this? Perhaps they're going to go into that SAS Who Dares Wins. Just let me know, I'll give you training. Oh, that water is making me thirsty actually. Oh, it looks nice. I wouldn't like to fall into it though. Here we go. Easy. No bother. Oh my God, that's tempting. Oh. So, just approaching the descent down into Craig. There's a campsite away down the river. I'm going to see if I can get in there. And these views have opened up of the, I think that's the Coolan Mountains, not the ones of Skye obviously. They're really spectacular. These are on the south side of Torridon. And I'm at about 1,000 feet just now, so just about to make my way down. Sore legs, needing to just get into my tent, have some food. So had a noddy balls up. I've completely overshot the campsite. I was walking along a tarmac road with loads of cars on it for ages. I'm going to walk too far. I've come up this track trying to find the campsite and I realised it's way back. That's what I didn't need. Feet are killing me. I'm going to have to walk back along this tarmac road. Probably for about 2 kilometres. Well, it's gone from bad to worst. I'm stuck in my tent. I've had loads of ticks on me. It was a big mistake coming down to the Lair campsite. It's a campsite on the Harvey map. There's also a path on the Harvey map that doesn't exist, but I found my way to where the campsite should be, and it's all long grass, and I've got loads of ticks, loads of tiny little ticks. So a complete disaster. I guess it's 7:30, so I'm gonna have to ride it out in this tent tonight. Hopefully not itch too much. So there's nothing I can do tonight now. I'm going to try and have some dinner. I can open the side of the tent for a wee while to boil the water, have some dinner, and then in the morning I'll need to see if there's even more ticks on me and try and get to Kinloch, which is about 18 kilometres away now. But no, it wasn't worth coming down here. That bloody Harvey map's completely misleading. Don't go to the Lair campsite, there isn't one. It's just a tick trap. I wish I hadn't changed my plan now. So I'm just going to have to cook my dinner and hope for the best. Day 7 started near Craig after a disastrous night where I picked up a few ticks and I was camping in long grass due to there not being a campsite where there was one suggested on the Harvey map. Started with quite a horrible ascent through overgrown vegetation, but eventually found a Land Rover track which took me straight up north towards Kinloch, up over another hill, onto a tarmac road, and then into Kinloch, where I arrived at lunchtime. And fortunately, there was a cafe that was open this time, and I was able to get some good food. Okay, so day 7 of the CapeWrathTrail. This is where I camped. And behind me, that's where I'm going to have to go back through. That's where I call the ticks. Hopefully with all my waterproofs on, I won't get so many ticks. But yeah, it's very early. I've decided to get up at the crack of dawn. It's 7:30, so it takes me about an hour to pack up my tent and stuff. So I was up at about 6:30 before it really got light. It's actually meant to be a reasonably good weather day. Doesn't look like it at the moment, but I'm going to charge up this hill. So going up over this hill, and it should be about 18 kilometres to Kinloch. I'm kind of counting on Kinloch's laundry facilities and it being a nice day so I can dry everything out. Everything's completely sodden, and if I don't get what I need at Kinloch, that could be it, game over, because after that I'm wild camping for a while. Well, yeah. Let's just say the whole thing's at risk. But let's, take it an hour at a time at the moment. I'm hoping this will be about a, 5 or 6 hour hike. Oh God, it is raining. So, shouldn't be too much ascent, only about 400 metres or so. So, I need an easy day, to be honest. But the weather's looking like it's going to just make it hard for me. Anyway, I better batter through these ticks and try and get away from this place as quick as I can. Oh dear. I think I'm going to pop up through the cloud, eh? So wet. Just sodden. Need a dry day and a tumble dryer. Right, so I've done most of the climbing out of the Craig and Lair Valley, Strathcarron Valley maybe? Glen. I'm glad to be out of there. It was just horrendous last night, and even the hike at the end was horrendous, going back and forward along that horrible road, trying to find the bloody campsite, which actually does exist. I saw it this morning. It's an old wooden shacky shed thing with Achnacellic campsite written in little letters in a window. I just happened to see it because I was on a track next to it. So it didn't look very good anyway, but it would have been tick free. But anyway, that's yesterday. Hopefully I've not still got ticks anywhere on me. I hope to get to Kinloch and sort myself out a bit, to be honest. Just not been able to do a minor foot surgery, my blisters, etc. Not been able to do that last night or this morning. I didn't even have dinner last night because I was so hacked off, and I didn't want to open the tent side to do any cooking, so I just had a bag of nuts. So I'm glad today's a relatively easy day, and I just hope it's going to be dry. I'm just sodding through. Last night was the first real test of whether I was going to actually keep going or not. There's been a few times while hiking where it's been pretty hopeless, you know, pretty horrendous, and I've been thinking, oh, I think I'll just going into Glen Shiel, for example. Well, I just get the bus home, because there's a bus service that goes along that road straight to basically my front door. So that's been a few moments like that, minor moments, but last night I was looking up hotels in the area. If it'd been easy to get a taxi, I would have just got a taxi. I know there's a really good hotel about 10 miles up the road. I would have had a really comfy night and a nice dinner, a couple of pints of beer maybe. But no, I just sat in a wet tent surrounded by ticks and deer. Anyway, today's what matters now, and I've only got 13.5 kilometres to go. I've done just over 3, and this is because I extended yesterday to make this quite a short day, and I think it'll mostly be on track now. It wasn't very nice back there going through all that thick vegetation that's all wet, but I think I'm going to get up to the top of the hill shortly, and then it'll be a bit of a march. I'll be able to knock off quite a few kilometres quick, and I really want to get to Kinloch, get into that campsite, have a shower, get myself sorted out. They've got laundry facilities, so I need to get all organised and sort my shit out. So we can see our first glimpse of the Torridon Hills. Up in the cloud over there, that's Ben A. Leotach and Ben Alligan are further to the west. You can see my track I'm going on for quite a few kilometres, and I'll be going up that track over on the next hill as well. That'll be the last hill I climb over till I get down into Kinloch, which is basically at the bottom of the ridge from Ben A there. Do you think someone's been logging? Gee whiz. You'd have thought they'd sell all this, get the money for it. I've never seen so many logs. Unless someone's really paranoid about running out of wood in their wood burner. Yeah, they're alright for this winter. My goodness. Aye, who are you looking at? Just you watch yourself. I've got these sticks. I'll knock you over the head. Aye, you run away. Ugh. Torridon Mountains are there, just to my left and behind. It's been raining on and off all the way along now. Keep having to put my waterproofs on and off. But there's a nice view of Sleach up ahead, and I can just see some of the buildings of Kinloch. So that's 10 to 11 in the morning. I've got just over 5k to go. My watch is telling me ETA of about 12:30. Of course, now I'm dreaming of a cafe that sell baked potatoes. What am I going to have in my baked potato? Egg, mayo, cheese, beans, tuna. I wonder if they could just put everything in baked potato. I'll have one with everything in it. I'm actually a bit worried this is just going to be the latest place to let me down. I'll get into Kinloch leaving and everywhere will be shut for the season. Better not be. If it is, I'm going home. Because I'm desperately needing to wash my clothes and dry them. Dry them mainly, actually. They're not that dirty, it's all mostly rainwater. But anyway, yeah, I'm dreaming of lunch because I didn't have dinner last night. A wee bit peckish. It's all downhill now, so hopefully be there in just over an hour. So, got my place at the Kinloch camping site. I spent an hour and a half eating at the cafe next door. I had lentil soup and bread with a can of iron brew and a cappuccino. Then I had ham and cheese toastie with another can of iron brew and a cappuccino. Then I had a tuna melt toastie with another cappuccino. So it's good fun having 3 lunches. I don't think I'll need dinner tonight. Oh, I feel absolutely stuffed actually. I'll maybe get just some more iron brew or something for tonight. I just feel really full up now, but I've got most of my kit dry now because it's been not sunny but dry for all the time I've been setting up my tent, and I've been laying stuff out in this park bench and it's just been drying. So just the pillow and the sleeping bag is drying off now, and I've got all my wet dirty clothes waiting for me to take them to the laundry. I'm going to go for a shower and just sort myself out a bit more. So the next 3 days I believe are going to be really wet, really heavy rain. So I'm going to change my route to go via Ullapool with the intention of getting somewhere to stay, maybe even a hotel in Ullapool. So that'll mean the next 2 days in heavy rain we'll at least still have the goal of getting to somewhere nice and dry in the 2 days. 1 wild camp in the wet. So I'll be walking from Kinloch to Ullapool in the wet through the Fisherfield forest. So it'll be tough, but I think having that short goal is key, and then I'll reappraise where I am and how I'm doing in Ullapool. So yeah, I'm going to have my shower and get the laundry done now. Day 8 started in Kinloch campsite, where I'd spent the previous half day getting all my clothes clean and dry. The day started very well actually, the weather was pretty good and I was very positive for the whole morning. Following a track up through a glen, eventually made it to Loch Fada. That's where the weather became a bit farcical. Gale force winds, heavy rain, zero visibility really. Took me to the area near bothy, and the weather was so bad I made the decision to stay in bothy. Morning, this is day 8 of the CapeWrathTrail, just leaving Kinloch campsite. So yesterday was a bit of a half day, as I probably said before. I spent 5.5 hours eating, washing and drying clothes, sorting out my tent, drying out my tent, drying out everything. So it's worth bearing in mind if you're ever planning to use laundry facilities or anything. You could have to plan in quite a long time. But it's good to get everything dry, even though it's going to rain for the next 2 or 3 days. At least I'm kind of dry at the core. If that makes sense. I don't think there should be any major river crossings today, but of course I've now just cursed it. I'm going from Kinloch to the bothy in Fisherfield. I'm not planning to go to the bothy. I'm going to stop short of it because there's a good track up the hill. If you don't go to the bothy, you don't need to go up the horrible path that's behind the bothy. So it's a good place to pitch the tent at the bottom of that track. I'm going to do that. Cheneval bothy, that's what it's called. So so I've done my feet, replaced all my blister plasters. I think my backpack's going down in weight mainly because of all the blister plasters I'm using and chucking away eventually. So I've also bought a tin of beans and sausages for tonight's dinner because I know I can eat that cold. I quite like cold beans. So I think it's going to be boring tonight. I might not want to be bothered getting the stove out in the rain. So that can's about a kilo's weight, probably, I guess. But as well as that, I've still got 4 dehydrated meals. I'm trying to keep them for the Ullapool to Kinloch section, which was the longest spell of wild camping all the way. So try to keep the backpack weight down by holding on to my dehydrated meals. Anyway, so the next 2 days are basically to walk from Kinloch to Ullapool. That's a plan as it stands. So hopefully get there in 2 days and then plan to get to the Cape if at all possible. So I'm about 4k in now. The weather's a bit windy, a bit dry so far. It's just been this track all the way really. The weather's meant to get really bad at 2 o'clock, so I need to try and do as much distance as I can before then. Hopefully get over the pathless bit before then, especially. But probably be setting up my tent in the rain, which is never great fun. Nice house in the middle of nowhere. Nice renovation on the side there with a cathedral window. We're about probably 6 kilometres up this glen with nothing else before now. There's a few other houses up here. Oh, 2. So yeah, it really is in the middle of nowhere here. Very nice though. So about 2 hours into the hike today and just about to cross this river. Fortunately there's a nice big bridge for me and we'll be going up the right side of the river. You can see the track there. The sun's actually out just now, but as you can see, the weather ahead doesn't look too pleasant at all. I'm climbing up into that, so enjoy this wee bit of sunshine while I can, I think. And this track will end probably in another 3 kilometres or so, and it'll start to get a bit rough. Helicopter. Saw that earlier on, don't know what it's up to. So enjoying today actually. Just spent the whole day hoping the rain's not going to come, and it's not yet. So we've got Fisherfield Munros ahead of us. I think that one in the cloud there's the most remote Munro of all. I'm Mahedan. I think that's it anyway. So yeah, pretty remote here, and we're about a third of the way through the day. climbed up from Loch Fadden, over some fairly pathless terrain. There was a bit of a path, but the navigation here is actually quite awkward. If it wasn't a nice, well, a fairly clear day as it is today, if this is all pea soup, you'd really be dependent on very good compass and map skills, or a good use of GPS. It's actually pretty awkward still. I've been going through bog for quite a while now, and all of a sudden I come across this. This is a strange thing to see in the middle of the bog. So, yeah, it looks lovely. Tempted to go for a paddle. In another glen where it's pushing down. Really interesting slabs up the sides of these mountains. Huge slabs, water's just going down them. I remember seeing that from above. These are the Fisherfield Monroes. It's a bit weird, a bit of a weird rock formation set up there. Waterfall, like a giant flume. So the weather's just bloody awful. I'm actually thinking I might call it a day at Ullapool. If it's going to be like this, there's no point going all the way up to the Cape for another 5 days in this. Can't I see anything? And it's just rubbish. Bit of a shame because blisters are all sort themselves out. We've been getting blisters, the skin's going all hard. I'm feeling really strong, and it's just the thought of 5 days of just this nonsense. So I don't know, it's just a thought for now. I'll decide in Ullapool. I've got a hotel booked in Ullapool. Maybe that will cheer me up. But nah. I think if the forecast is for rain, then I'm going to have to just kind of call it a day at Ullapool, because I mean that'd be 5 holidays I'm using up to walk in the rain and see them just for the sake of getting to the Cape Wrath. I don't need it. If it's sunny, I'd be really motivated, I'd be enjoying it. I'd like spending time in my tent and all that stuff, but when it's raining constantly, there's only so many days you tolerate that. I've been out in it for, oh, this is day 8, maybe a day 9, and pretty much on plan and feeling fit, but it's going to be like this I may do a cape raft to Ullapool, which would be alright. Get out my system. But as you can see, I've got a river to cross. So yeah, let's see what happens in Ullapool, but it may be I cut the trip short, unfortunately, because it was just not worth it. In this weather actually, I'm thinking I'm going to go and try and stay at Shanaville, the bothy at Shanaville, rather than try and camp, for obvious reasons. Hopefully it won't be very busy, because it's quite a busy bothy, you know. But we'll see when we get there. Day 9, and what was to prove my last hiking day on the CapeWrathTrail. It started at Shanaville Bothy, and it was quite a short hike just to take me up over the hills to the nearest public road. At the public road I was able to get a taxi to take me all the way up to Ullapool. It was a very short hike and the weather didn't improve from the day before. In fact, it got even worse, with hailstones nearing the end. Okay, so this is day 9 of the CapeWrathTrail. Just spent the night in this gloriously luxurious upper floor of Shanaville Bothy. Yesterday was another horrendous day. The weather was so wet, and the terrain just got worse and worse. I ended up walking with a couple of Germans I've met along the way, and got here and there was a rowdy bunch of 5 English guys having a bit of a party, which was alright, good guys. But we all had a pretty lively night in terms of the weather. We thought the roof was going to come off. The rain was just pelting down, and we're all looking to escape. We're all trying to get up to Ullapool today. The worst news though is yesterday I found out the MOD have closed Cape Wrath between October 1st and the 18th, so I won't be able to get to the Cape, which is a wee bit unfortunate, and it may actually push me to finishing early in Ullapool, because I was already thinking about that. And if I'm not even going to get to the Cape and the weather's so bad I can't see anything, and the logistics at the Cape are so awkward to get away, it may make sense to call it a day in Ullapool. So it doesn't change the plan for today though, so I'm going to get to Ullapool today. I've got somewhere booked, so I'll get there and then decide what I'm doing. Right, so these are the guys who shared Shanaville Bothy with last night. Great bunch of guys from England somewhere. Wee country down south. So
Yeah.
introduce yourselves, guys.
We're Nick from Guildford.
Evan.
Phil from Woking. Available.
Available for what?
Hiking adventure.
Jamie. Hi Ted.
And Toby.
Alright, so soon to be my new subscribers to the YouTube channel, of course, of choice.
Absolutely. Yes.
The best YouTube channel in Glencoe. well, on my street in Glencoe. raining for a few seconds, and I'm just pretty much at the high point between Bothy and Dundonald. You can see the Kinloch Ridge. It's where you go up to do 2 fantastic rows. I'm just about to do this little river crossing. Oh my goodness, the sun's over there. That's the Fisherfield Rows over there. Didn't really see much of them yesterday. The weather was too pants. That's actually where I walked down yesterday. Walked down through that thing for hours. Right, it's now hailstones. Oh, bloody freezing hailstones. Oh god, it's just getting worse. Right, so this is the end of my CapeWrathTrail. It isn't finishing at CapeWrath, which is a bit of a surprise, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a wee bit disappointed, but I feel content. Finishing in Ullapool, which isn't a bad place to finish. It's a lot more infrastructure here than at CapeWrath. I'm not going to waste 2 days of fannying around to try to get away from CapeWrath and home. And I get to go out to a nice restaurant here to celebrate. Camper vans, do they? So many camper vans. When you've been walking for 9 days with no support and carrying everything, and you eventually find a cafe and you struggle to get a seat and to order a bit of food, and you're kind of competing against the people who've driven here in a bloody house, it just really irritates me. You can see, although the weather feels quite nice here, up in the hills, it's looking really dreich still. So I would say, you know, that's been a large contributing factor to me finishing earlier. I would be lying if I said that wasn't the case, but the clincher was knowing I wouldn't be able to get to CapeWrath, no matter what I do. The MOD have closed the place, so I won't get there. There is no option for me to finish at the lighthouse. Doing it solo is quite tough, but it's quite difficult to find someone who's willing to go on what was originally a 14-day hike, which would have been unbelievable. But I feel like I could do it though. I feel stronger now than I did on day 1. So reflections for the trip are 9 days of epic adventure. There was high points and really low points. I really enjoyed it though, overall. Would I do it again? Probably not. Well, maybe if I knew the finish point was Ullapool, I might. I'm finishing in Ullapool. It's been a great trip, and anyone who wants to speak to me about CapeWrath is more than welcome to message me. I don't think I'll come back and section hike the remainder. I may consider doing Fort William to Ullapool again one day, because I think there's some points along the route that are just spectacular. So I've got everything I wanted out of it. I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to going and getting some grub.